First up today, we're actually going to be talking about my previous article from last week for the Sideline Report. I took a look at Brayden Coombs, and he is the new special teams coordinator for the Lions, if anyone wasn't aware. And I talked about how he can potentially improve the Lions special teams, even though, honestly, they haven't really had a problem on special teams the last few years. But the problem this year is we're not sure who's going to be returning, and we're not even sure who's going to be punting as of yet, especially with Arian Sipos currently on the quarantine list. So, when we had Sam Martin back there for so many years, people just kind of forget how important it is to have a good punter, and they kind of take special teams for granted. So I guess what were your thoughts on the article and basically like the special teams as a whole right now, Jimmy?
Yeah, this was a very informative article because I came into it really knowing nothing about Brayden Coombs. The most fascinating thing about the article was that Cincinnati was ranked first in special teams DVOA last year. So that's a really good sign. Hopefully he can bring over some of that success that they had in Cincy.
Yeah, like I said, but what do you think about the whole punter situation? Especially, I think we only have 2 punters on the roster, both of them being, I think, undrafted free agents, and with one of them currently being on quarantine, so we can't even play him or test him out. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a little concerning. I have no problem with us getting rid of Sam Martin because he was making too much for how good he was. He really dropped off in his play after he kicked that conch shell.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that they would draft a punter in the draft this year in the 6th round or something, but another team beat us to it. They got Brayden Mann, I believe his name is. So now we're left with a bunch of guys I have no idea about.
Yeah, this brings back the horrors. I can't remember, what was it, 2013-14 when Jason Hansen retired. It was probably before that, 2012 when he retired, and we brought in so many different kickers for the first 3 to 4 games.
Yeah, we had Nate Freeze. We had drafted a kicker in the 6th round.
We were just going through kickers every game, and they were all just shanking them until finally we brought in Matt Prater. I think it was 2012 or 2013. I can't remember correctly, but yeah, it just brings back those bad memories, and I'm hoping we're not in that type of just punter cycle for the first few games where we're just shanking punts every game, because if we keep giving up bad field position to every team on every punt, then we're just going to be losing games automatically.
Yeah, you're right. Field position absolutely matters. The question is, how much of a difference is there in field position between a top third punter and a bottom third punter? Is it really worth that much? Is it worth paying that much money to a punter? These are sort of statistical, analytical questions that could be delved into.
Yeah, exactly.